Yo, welcome back to the channel. I'm Vlad. For those of you who are new, I create superstar music producers, and in this video, I'm going to teach you 3 life-changing sidechain tricks, mixing tricks that will improve your mixes a lot. Actually, there's going to be like more, 4 or 5, but just for the sake of algorithm, I had to put 3. It's a little bonus for you here. And if you want coaching, one-on-one coaching for production, mixing, sound design, you want to get help with growing your fan base, getting released on the label, all the links are going to be down below. Have a label so I can release you, I can support and push your music out there. And yeah, let's start with the video. So number 1 is going to be advanced drums sidechaining. So what I want to show you is how I usually sidechain my drums. So this is the low end, the kick, and the bass. It's not yet mixed, so I have to work on it a bit. So the sidechain I'm going to set up from scratch just once again, because right now I do it differently compared to when this project was made. So what we're going to do, we're going to use a compressor. The reason why I'm using compressor on my drums instead of the volume shaper, because I noticed that when you use volume shaper, it's killing the transients of the drums. So I prefer using basic compressor. So that's the stock one. So what we're going to do now, we're going to listen to the drums. Right, and then I like long attack because we get all of the transients. Something like this is pretty cool. So this is without. And then we can apply like 75%, maybe 80. So this adds groove to your tracks, and let me show you the full track. And this is without the sidechain. If you are using a lot of sidechain compression, don't forget to compensate the gain. The only problem though, when the kick is not playing, you have to go back so you can automate that manually. Or I think you can just use the utility here. So I would just like automate on and off, so we get the same level, the same loudness for the drums. But that's just first step, right? If you want to add more groove to your drums, we can do a couple of things. So when it comes to shakers, you can sidechain the hats and the claps to your shaker, and that sounds really cool. So let me show you. So what we're gonna do, we're going to sidechain the clap and the hats to the shaker. And this is going to add really nice groove to the track. So let's do like this. Open hats, and then auto release, and the attack should be something like this. Okay, so this is without. And this is with. Maybe a bit shorter attack. I usually select longer attack because too short attack, just for me, it kills the transients, whether it's like drums, could be anything. So I try to stay away from using too short attack, but again, could be different for your track. But this is pretty cool. All right, so that's from the open hat, and then we are going to take it to the next level with the clap. So we can sidechain the clap to the shaker, and this is really going to create that nice groove. So I want you to listen. And this is without. So the hats and the claps, they are ducking the shaker, and we can be pretty aggressive with compression because the signal is like high frequency signal, so it's not going to mess up that much, so that's totally cool. And in the mix it just sounds so good. We can, I think, compensate a little bit. And this is without. Maybe not as aggressive, so it's just the question of finding the right parameters. So yeah, this is like really cool stuff, and you can be creative with when sidechaining your drums. I really like this technique because it just sounds great. Okay, now the next tip is going to be sidechaining your reverb, and this one is also pretty cool. So let me show you what you can do. You can do this with a volume shaper like I did here, but we're going to take it to the next level. So basically we are going to sidechain the kick and the clap to the reverb, and it's going to sound so good. Like, you're gonna hear the groove, and it's a really big difference. So let's use the compressor here, and we're gonna sidechain the kick here again. So you can hear the reverb. I mean, it's not bad, but we can make it better. Okay, and this is without. And with the reverb, we can be a bit more aggressive because it's going to like smooth out everything, because it's reverb, really not a big of a deal. So that's cool. And then we can apply the same thing. So let's just copy from the shaker. And now we're going to sidechain the reverb with the clap. And what it does, like, it may seem like seamless, but in the mix, it creates such a big difference. All right, if you listen with the drums. And now without. And now again. So it really creates that nice bounce, a nice groove when it's ducking the reverb. So that's pretty cool, all right? Now we're going to take our reverb to the next level with spectral sidechain. So it's not like the regular compressor, it basically reacts to the frequencies, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to use a plugin called DSEQ3. And if you've heard of the plugin Soothe, it's literally like the same thing. So it reacts to the frequencies. And what we can do here, it's we can sidechain the vocal here. So let me find, okay, so here's our vocal. And what it's going to do, it's going to duck the reverb when the vocal plays. So let's do it. We can select the sidechain. Right, so if we listen, let me. So you can see if we go too aggressive, then the reverb disappears, so it's not really nice. But with the right amount of spectral sidechain, it can sound like really amazing. And let me show you without the sidechain on the reverb here. we can be a bit more aggressive, so even with like -30, it still sounds pretty good to me. So that's pretty nice. Okay, so that's for the spectral sidechain. Now the next technique is going to be using again the spectral sidechain, but we're going to use it on different sounds, right? So we can sidechain the kick to the bass with spectral sidechain. So for example, we can do like literally the same thing. But let me use another plugin. Those two plugins are like essentially the same, almost. This one is more like the smooth operator is more like smooth operator, so it just makes the signal smooth. But we can do like this. So we can sidechain the kick. So if we want like more clarity for our kick, for example, this is what we can do. So let me show you how it's gonna work. Okay, so this is without. So to me, it sounds like we have a little bit too much of sub-low frequencies. And if we apply the right amount, you can see that when we are combining both of those sidechain methods, so like the volume shaper and this one, it sounds really, really good, right? And you can do the same thing. So for example, if you have two instruments playing at the same time, you can sidechain one instrument to another one. So let's say like we have the vocal here, and if something is like getting in the way, I could sidechain the vocal to a specific instrument. And then again, we could do the same thing to our groups. For example, if I put the sidechain on here, so yeah, you can see I have first sidechain, and it's like in split mode. And if we play with the instruments, and maybe the focus could be like 50%, not as much. Something like this. Actually sounds pretty nice. You can hear how much groove and pump this effect is adding. So we can add a bit more groove here. Like I might be exaggerating a bit. Of course, it's like the matter of finding the right amount of this compression. But the thing that I want you to understand, that you can be more flexible with, like more creative with your sidechain. You can sidechain like one instrument to another one, whether it's like the kick, the bass, right? We could even sidechain the whole thing, right? We could sidechain the low end group to our instruments. It could sound weird, but I just want to demonstrate. Alright, so that was it for this video, and I hope that you learned something new, for example, about the spectral sidechain, the drum sidechaining, the reverb. Be creative. This is more like advanced stuff. I honestly didn't see a lot of videos on YouTube, so I just wanted to make like my own quick video about the sidechain, how I use it. So with this, you can take your mixes to the next level and really add that nice punch and groove to your music. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like and notification bell. Helps a lot with the algorithm, so more people see my videos. I would really appreciate that. And as always, if you want coaching, all the links are going to be down below. Let's work together on your music, and I see you guys in the next video.